Hey, Sohail, how's it going this week?
Things are going great. Trying to get back into the grind after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been a busy time of year. Happy holidays to you and yours. And I thought today we might talk about another MarTech landscape report. This one is actually focused on AI, one of the hotter topics this year, as we know. I thought it was a good report. It's very long and lengthy. I think we'll hit some, high level notes today. One of the things I think is important is how this report can be used by senior level individuals called CMOs or CTOs at organizations. Hopefully, they're challenging their team to build an AI roadmap. And in that sense, I think they can get us a really good perspective on two categories of applications and advancements in AI. One is the indie, which they're calling indie, which is the independents. And the second category is the mega tech brands, the Salesforce, the Adobe, the Microsoft. And I think one of the things that I've heard in my experience is that there is a big difference between these two types of tools and experiences. And I think, we'll see, as we saw in the last couple of tech evolutions, how everything nets out. There's definitely going to be some disruption. There's going to be some M&A activity. There's going to be some borrowing from great tools that are independent that are brought into the bigger enterprises. So I think it's really important to understand that because this is not a one and done experiment and roadmap. This is going to take a while to really kind of sort out. What were your initial thoughts?
Yeah, looking at the report, it seemed like there's sort of a real distinction between what they're sort of thinking of as embedded tools or capabilities, things that come to you from a mega tech brand, let's say. So you've got built-in transcription for your meetings or something like that from a Microsoft or whatever. And then there are things that you go out and you buy and you invest in proactively, something that you really want to do. And what I thought was really fascinating was that it seems like the sort of the world of content was the thing that people were reaching out to go and do proactively.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a lot of marketing use cases in content creation, ideation, generating variations, personalization. All of these things seem to have a lot of attention, and I think that makes sense. Given sort of where we expect AI to add a ton of value immediately. But then I'm also interested in sort of looking at the long tail of use cases and understanding where potentially there may be disproportionate value added. So not many people doing it, but those people who are doing it are finding a ton of
Yeah, yeah, I think that's a really good observation, and I think it rings true in outside the world of this report. So, in teaching the classes that I've been teaching with Northwestern and in talking to clients, what I'm noticing is that people can easily gravitate towards content, but there's a ton of value, for example, in customer experience or in business knowledge, where you co-pilot with these incredibly advanced tool sets. But there is some challenges, right? Internally at the organization, there's some of the organizations are still trying to say, how can technology and data teams help the marketing team, right? To say, we got to bring all this data together and create these co-piloting modes so that we can be faster in processing customer insights, data analysis, category insights. And I think some of the most advanced organizations that I've encountered in my conversations has been those that are really kind of working from a POC perspective. They proof of concept, they have pretty good data sets, good data integrity, so they can build on top of it internally and start to try some different things out. And they're not embedded into one large tech provider. They're thinking about different ways to deploy it into the organization.
value. Yeah, I think one example that comes to mind is recently, I was engaging with a AI vendor that was very focused on providing voice AI solutions for call centers and customer service functions. And what I thought was fascinating was that uh, it was a really great and deep use case for customer service for a whole bunch of transactional type cases when you're trying to, for example, help somebody with a reservation or help them change a reservation or respond to some very basic customer service queries. I think where there was a little bit of a challenge was if we were looking for sort of a high empathy situation where you expected the person at the other end to display a significant amount of EQ, understand from your tone of voice, etc., or understand from very unstructured conversation what you needed. then I think there was less likelihood of using that capability. So I think we are still in the process of fleshing out those use cases, but what I'm really excited to see is all of the sort of higher value use cases that are now coming into play in the long tail of AI.
Yeah, that's great. I love it. Well, great. Well, thanks, Sohail. I appreciate it. We'll put a link in the comments to the report so people can check it out. And well, Sohail, I'll see you soon. Thanks.
Talk soon. Bye.